Begin seated with your hands to the side of your hips, fingertips facing outwards. Slide one heel in close to your sits bones and step your other foot slightly forwards. Lift your pelvis up off the floor and join your heel bone and your sits bone together. Reach your knee forwards and down towards the floor. Pull your thigh in towards your midline, then release the stretch slightly. Pulse in and out of the stretch. Exhale as you open the hip and reach the knee down, then inhale as you slightly release. Think of reaching your knee down and through the floor while pulling it in towards the midline of your body. Take one more deep breath, then change the pulse so that the hips are lifting up off of the foot. Push into the floor and squeeze your glute hard to lift your hips up off of your heel. Try drawing the base of your ribs in to emphasize opening the front of the hip. Then change sides. Pull one heel in close to your sits bone, step the other foot slightly forwards. You can soften the elbows and adjust your hands as necessary. Exhale as you pulse into the stretch, opening the front of the hip, and inhale as you release. Continue this, rocking and opening. Breathe deeply and keep pulling your knee in towards your midline. Then change it up and go into the hip raises. Push down into the floor, squeeze your glute, and open the front of the hip while keeping the bottom of your ribs drawn in. Exhale to lift and open. Inhale to sit. Change sides again. After you shift forwards, rest your knee on the floor. Place the same hand behind you as the front leg side. Twist and place your other hand on your outer knee. Then press your pelvis up and push into the floor with your arm. Make a firm connection between your leg and hand, and take deep, belly-filling breaths. Squeeze your thighs together and push your hand into your knee to drive your hips slightly higher. Exhale to change sides. Rock forwards, rest your knee on the ground. Connect your hand and leg together. And push into the floor through your arm and legs. Lift the hips. And release. Slowly have a seat and roll down to lay on your back. Pull your feet towards your pelvis and grab a hold at the front of your ankles. Grab the floor with the balls of your feet and lift your pelvis off the floor. Gradually slide or wiggle your shoulders closer to your heels. Press your upper arms into the floor and add a little bit of side-to-side twist movement. Get a little more comfortable in this position. Breathe deeply and focus on opening the front of the hips by pushing your feet into the floor and puffing your chest open. Then alternate reaching one knee in and down towards the floor. Press the hip up and reach your thigh long away from you. Alternate sides. Visualize the length across the front of your hip and down the front of the thigh coming off the knee. Let your belly balloon with your breath. Then exhale and empty into a longer stretch. Now let the knee of the non-stretch side flare outwards. Wrap your arm under your shin. This will bring you into a side bend. Pull on both legs with your arms, then change sides. Focus on the breath and the length across the front of the hip, down the thigh, and off the knee. stretch and come down for a moment before we move into the final exercise. When you're ready, slide one arm towards your feet and the other arm towards your head. Lift your pelvis off the floor and side bend so that you can grab the front of your opposite side ankle. It may take some wiggling. You may have to lift the heels, that's okay. Then drive your outer shoulder into the floor as you press your heels down, drive your hips up, and puff your chest outwards. Pulse your hips higher as you push the foot into the hand and pull back on the front of your ankle. It's like you're creating a circle of tension, pushing down and pulling to open. Then release and take it over to the other side. Side bend and grab a hold of the front of the opposite ankle. Stack your shoulders, press your heels down and hips up. Then pulse. Every exhale brings you a little more open. Inhale brings you slightly down. The more you pull on the leg and push the floor away from you, the more openness you'll find. Support it with your breath. Then slowly release the stretch. Roll onto both shoulders. Float your hips down and give your weight to the floor.